Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from Life of Crafting. I'm bringing you a personal project. I know they're all personal, but this is a personal piece of mine that it was made specifically for me. I've been making a lot of videos lately showing this whole plethora of leaves I've had that were cut out, and they're all different shapes, sizes, colors. I would, score them and put them into like a 3D shape. And I've been trying to use this up on a lot of projects this past season. And I've explained that I would tell you why. So this is the video as to why. So this endeavor actually started, here was my original concept one. I did these originally as a little 8-inch wreath, and they evolved. This was my original, and I'll get back to what some of the differences were in this. But I wanted to do some thank you gifts, and I had made the smaller ones for family and friends, and I really liked how they came out. And when I get my fall decorations out, I'll show you how I use this. Right now, because it has been in storage and stuff, some of the leaves have flattened out, and all you gotta do is just kind of give them a pinch, and it will come back into a very 3D. So what changed from the first one is the first one just was leaves. I didn't, oh God, there's a cobweb in there. Oof. Shows you how long this thing's been sitting around. Yeah, this is going in the trash afterwards. Yeah, oof. This first one didn't have any, there was just the leaves. And I realized it kind of needed something else. And you can buy this tulle on a spool. I don't know where Michael's has them. I originally bought this at a store called AC Moore, which is no longer in business. Michael's bought them out. But Hobby Lobby still has these, I know, in the section over where you can buy, in the fabric section, and where you can buy their ribbons. They have all different colors, and I love the glitter that's kind of, it's just kind of stuck in there. But it's a great piece when you want to add a little bit of glitz to something, but you don't want it to really overtake the product or project that you're making, I meant. So, unfortunately, I don't have one of these in production. I lied. I started making myself one with holly leaves. I don't recollect where that is right now. I may be able to show that one, but basically you start with one and you stick a pin in it and you start just building it down. And I would cut this tool into just these random strips and would pinch them to give this little bit of a poof to it. And I would just stick them in. So I would literally have, and see, like I wouldn't want to put two glitters together. So I'd start having to go through my box, and I would have all of these, scored and in their 3D position. And I would literally just start, this would have a pin, then I would put this one next and put this as a pin. This is on a straw base, and I wrapped the whole straw base with the tulle because I didn't want this thing shedding. This is in my house. Again, because it's made out of paper, you're not using this outside. Maybe if you have like a storm door that can protect your front door, could you put that on a front door? But, if you make something like this, it's a lot of time. Like I said, I spent, I don't know how much time just cutting out all of the leaves. Then I spent a lot of time just going through and having the leaves, scored and put into this 3-dimensional shape. This was a good project that, like, when I was traveling with my husband, I could take one of these and take this box and the pins, which, I had to make sure I didn't lose them in the car. Yeah, could you imagine if I lost a pin on the floor? Listen, it happened just this past weekend, but it wasn't my fault. Anyway, and it never got found. So anyway, you just keep going around and around and around. Some of these, you kind of have to wrap quite a bit to the back of it so that when it's hanging, you're not seeing that straw You know, here's one that just fell out. I don't even know where this thing went. I'm just going to just stick it in here somewhere. Yeah, and it's good to have one of those, you know. I remember my mom having one. It was one of those little thimbles that was like an old granny thing. Yeah, trust me, your thumbs would be screaming if you don't have a thimble. So this was my project. I did get wired ribbon. The first one had that, you know, burlappy kind of thing, and I realized again I needed a little bit of more bling to it. This was a ribbon that was either Michael's or maybe Hobby Lobby, because I have been able to get this ribbon quite a bit. I liked the orange because I felt like it was such a fall color. Like I said, I will kind of, you don't even have to be like, you can just be, honestly, you can be brutal with this thing to get this back into some 3D shape. But I did bring this down. I need to repair it. I didn't get to put it up because it fell. This is just a piece of raffia that I used and pinned it in. I do plan to, you know, do it again, but I highly recommend maybe hot gluing if you can into there so that it will stay. Like I said, this wasn't, the pin staying wasn't my issue. It was that my raffia shredded itself, really. So, and this has been used probably 3 or 4, you know, I got it all flattened again. I probably used this 3 to 4 years now, maybe. So when I do my video, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised as to how I display these. And I will tell you another secret is that some of these leaves aren't full leaves, you know, like if you get a paper and you can get like 3/4 of the leaf out of there, use it. You know, I had partials. I started kind of throwing them out of my box because I have so many to use. But like here's one that the stem didn't come out. I wouldn't be using the stem anyway. I was trying to use some acorns in there. They didn't kind of go over that well. Here's one that the point didn't come out, and it wasn't going to make a difference. By the time you fill it in with all this, it really, you don't even notice it. But there's, you know, where I started using some of the printed papers in here. Some of them I stamped. That was a stamp and a die. There was ones I think I hand drew in. Glitter paper, shimmer paper. So there is all kinds. There's some shimmer paper that I put through an embossing folder. There's several of them I'm looking now to give it like a texture to it. Some of them I hand drew veins on. Whatever the heart desires. The more you have going on, it seems to make it even that much nicer, truthfully, because it's not repetitive. That was one of the things, is I did not want it to be repetitive. Some of the colors were very bright, like this red, but then some of them are very, you know, like the chocolate brown that you almost wondered if you're going to see it, but you do. So I hope you like my wreath. Appreciate some thumbs up. Another idea I'm trying to share with you to show that you can bring your crafts into your home, especially with this paper crafting. Kind of got leaves everywhere. That you can just use these in so many different ways. I mean, these were just my dies and some random papers that I was trying to use up, and that's where this came out. So think outside the box sometimes. But again, appreciate some thumbs up if you're finding that you enjoyed this video. Subscribe down below if you want to get some more updates from me. That'll put your, by subscribing, it puts my video into your feeds as I upload new ones. And I'll catch you next time. Bye.